I'm already pledged. No, I'm just kidding. I would do it again if I needed to be on camera.
Mark's had to do it.
Mark's.
Yeah, I tried to figure it out on myself. I didn't bring my life or my notebook.
Beautiful.
Text for this one too.
Is that everybody?
Sorry, it's ready. I'm just trying to stream it to Facebook too. Can start it if you want.
I'll let you get it streaming. I
I
think
think 30 seconds and I'll be ready here.
you're somebody else's.
I still gotta get on when they.
Okay, somebody else's microphone's on too. No, it says it's off. I think it might be Liz's.
Oh yeah, I've got it muted. And the volume turned all the way down. That's usually.
Okay. We'll see.
Next month, Scott, you'll bring yours in, set it in front of you.
You got high hopes.
Go ahead.
Don't be. Not very often I see you without a hat.
Yeah.
It's not all
Now
bad.
you know why.
No, it's not. It's not all bad.
It's cold, isn't it? Just trying to fit in, that's all.
All right, all set.
Just gotta get Rebecca on mine and it'll be good to go.
All right, it's recording now and it's streaming. You're right, 4 minutes it takes, I guess.
He's coming so early, I forget him.
You're right. Need a minute to do all the stuff.
It's stupid.
That's so they can order the phones.
Oh.
Let's see.
They wouldn't order the phones unless we send them some money.
Oh,
That's what Dustin said. Weird.
Rebecca. Yeah, this, not Justin, you want this? It looks like we lost.
Okay.
You see it yet? Oh, that's weird. You click the link. It just usually takes a minute to connect like that. That's from an app.
Oh my gosh, go ahead. You're in now.
You can see my pretty face up there.
You and Anthony both.
Yeah, I
I
know.
feel pretty today.
Like to call to order the 2026 reorganizational meeting for the town of Hector. Please rise and recite the pledge of allegiance with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we're gonna start right off with the oath of offices. And I'll let Meredith take over with this.
Mark, do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of Hector Town Council Person, January 1st, 2026 through December 31st of 2028?
Yes, I do.
And then, Anthony, Do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of town county councilperson, January 1st, 2026 through December 31st of 2020?
Thank you.
There's not some law that you have to stand up while you're doing that, is it?
No. Jane did both. I've seen.
Yeah, both happen, so
It's just, there's no date.
she has to notarize.
I'll sit for 2 minutes, doing for 2 minutes. You solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States in the Constitution of the State of New York, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of Hector Highway Superintendent from January 1st, 2026 to March 31st, 2020.
Yes. I got it.
Well, look at you. My God, is it perfect? Richard Bob Jr., Sean Brad, he will support the Constitution of the United States and Constitution of the State of New York, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of the highway deputy January 1st of 2026 through March 31st. And then also.
Sworn in and not somebody. Yeah.
Even I don't vote by then, I'm being sworn in. Yeah, I don't know, I'm not being sworn in. Three pens score.
All right, thank you all. Congratulations for those who were newly elected. If you're watching this, Meredith and Liz took the oath of office at the December 30th meeting. So they have already done their oath of office. Move on to the 10-minute public comment period. It is 7:09 p.m. If you have anything you'd like to share, please identify yourself and where you reside.
There's a public comment
Okay.
on Zoom here. The public comment period, Christina Hansen, Town of Hector resident. I'd like to request, if possible, at the next meeting, be very informative, helpful. If the board could outline goals and projects planned in the upcoming year. Will comprehensive plan update be undertaken and by whom? Can you also give us an overview of the decision-making process regarding the proposed property purchase and why this property was chosen? That is the public comment from Zoom.
All right.
Hi, I'm Diane Van Fleet, live at 5539 Route 227, Trumansburg. And I have 2 questions. One, why is his appointment only until the end of March? I think when I read it today, the thing, I'm just wondering what that was about.
You want to answer that?
What was it?
Why your appointment's only to the end of March? I was
It on
unaware
the
of that
agenda
too.
That way.
I had assumed
It
you
says that
requested
here,
that.
331, both of them.
That's what I was informed.
I just wondered what it was about, why it was a short period of time.
I don't honestly, I'm just seeing that for the first time when I sat down here this evening as well, so I had the same question, to be honest with you. So the best thing I can do is I'll get you the answer if you want to leave your contact information. Yeah,
Yeah, I just was curious. And the second thing is if you could introduce yourselves, because I don't know most of you. I know you. Because we grew up in the same neighborhood, but
sure.
it would be helpful.
Still on Mike Bergen.
I'm Liz Martin.
Hi, Rebecca Wright.
Anthony Mansfield.
Justin Boyette.
Meredith Bob.
Mark Tabor. She probably didn't know you.
We usually have our name tags up here.
Yeah,
Oh,
I apologize if you normally have name tags posted.
Yeah, just.
No, I appreciate
We
that.
do. That's
Thank
one.
We used to, yeah, we haven't
We've had
recently.
name tags since I can remember.
No, we've had name tags.
Yeah.
Not for me,
I
I'm.
never got it.
No, I don't think since these guys were elected, we have.
Oh, yeah, we have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
really?
We'll have to
don't
go
normally
back
do
to
anything
watch
with
the
them.
video.
Oh,
We had
I should.
different names
I'm learning all kinds of new things by coming to a town board meeting tonight. Wow.
I have one more online, Liz, if you could.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Next, another question from Christina Hansen online. Can you outline the financial plan for possible highway facility? Will grants be applied for? Thank you.
All right. If there's no further questions, it is now 7:12 PM and I'm gonna close the public comment period. One authorization for payment, we've all signed.
I'll make the motion to pay the CP Interlink bill so they can order the phones.
I'm sorry, can we respond to that question?
She asked specifically if that could be addressed at the next board meeting.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
I mean, the second question wasn't, that's not, we're doing environmental review, but we will definitely be looking for grants and code services.
Next meeting, I see, yeah. Okay. Second Mike's motion.
Okay, we have a first and a second to authorize the payment of the CP Interlink bill. Any further questions or comments? I just so everybody remembers, we went through a bidding process on the telephone system for the town hall. The town hall telephone system is out of date, and if a phone were to fail, we would have no way to replace it. So we're upgrading to voice over internet system, and CP Interlink provided the best quote. And this is a down payment to essentially order the telephone so that they'll put us on a schedule for the installation of the system.
And do we know when that will be in or not?
Not
To
yet.
pay? They can't schedule yet.
All right, there's no further questions. All in favor?
Right.
Anybody opposed? Anybody wish to abstain? And a motion carries. Now we're gonna move on to the department reports. And I'm not sure if reports are actually the appropriate way to designate this, since we're most of these are resolutions and appointments. But yes, it should be. So, all right, then. All right. We have the proper wording for the resolution for the rental.
No, this does say.
For highway.
This does say that.
All right, so we need to authorize the highway superintendent to be able to rent equipment and purchase food in case of emergency. And so I'll make the resolution, resolve to authorize the highway superintendent to rent equipment and purchase food as may be necessary in any state of emergency situation during 2026.
I second the motion.
Just before we finalize that, the authorization here says 2025.
25.
Is that correct?
No,
it's 20.
there's a typo on the agenda. It should be 26.
Okay.
Yep. We have a first and a second. Any further questions about this? Hearing none, all in favor?
Hi.
Now we need to appoint Scott as our highway superintendent. There is the question surrounding the dates. And I don't have a good answer for that. I'm not sure why it was for a 3-month term.
It says it in Janine's email. From Tuesday, December 30th, the longer of the two.
Doesn't really explain why, but she does say Scott Green in 3 months and possibly bump for 3 months.
Right, add down to your, up to 3 months, to make some of the water district. Code portions. Correct.
Well,
These,
I think there may have been confusion because Lori is technically and Diane Carroll are short terms.
No, like maybe the
I wonder,
date just got carried through by accident.
yeah, if there's a certain amount of cut and paste, or did she specifically?
Well, she said, she kind of put it in her email. Scott Green, 3 months, and possibly for Bump, 3 months. But she doesn't say why. A year for Jason.
That's an annual appointment for
Yeah.
the code enforcement officer.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll do it for 3 months today, and then I will get with them and we will most likely properly appoint you at the meeting next week.
We want you here for the winter anyway. Yeah.
I wonder, is that the end of the DA cycle? Or
What?
DB?
Nope,
Is that when DA DB switch?
nope.
The end of March?
Oh, well, that could be that. No, that's not either.
No, that's first April.
Well, that's the end of March.
For the first day.
So I wonder if it has to be appointed in the wintertime budget and then reappointed in the
We've never
summertime
done
budget.
that because normally
We never have,
it's
but
historically, the highway superintendent's been appointed for 2-year terms,
Yeah.
so I'm not sure where. But I'd like to appoint,
I mean, the last. we
Yeah.
talked was when we.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the last one.
I haven't talked to anybody since.
That way,
Well,
not just as.
these ones are supposed to be, these are temporary.
Okay.
So she is for.
That makes sense. Okay.
did anybody make the motion to appoint Scott?
No, I was
yet.
going to. I make a motion to appoint Scott Green as highway superintendent from 1/1/2026 to 3/31/2026, and hopefully for the whole rest of the year, but we'll see why it says just that date.
I'll second that motion.
Thought maybe somebody knew something I didn't.
Maybe somebody does. Maybe
They
it's not
didn't
all
share
out.
with any of us.
At least they got me this spring.
We have a first, we have a second.
Second.
Okay, we have a first and a second. Any further questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Would like to move forward?
I make a motion to appoint Richard Bump as deputy highway superintendent from January 1st, 2026 to March 31st, 2026, hopefully for the whole year. I don't know why that's like that, but it's what I'd like to do.
I'll second that too.
We have a first and a second. Any further questions?
Does he want the job? We never did ask, that's why I said possibly.
I'm telling you, never here.
No, I did figure that much out.
Right, we have first and second. If there's no further questions, all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Anybody wish to abstain? Right. Those are the appointments in the highway department. And we will revisit, I'll be in touch with you Thursday and discuss whatever the reasoning was.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you,
Thanks
gentlemen.
for all the plowing and stuff. Boy, December's
Thanks for
been
your hard work.
coming on fast this year, huh?
Very nice.
No, yeah. Good.
Okay. Just to do it.
So then it goes with everyone else.
All right, so even though it's been crossed out, we're gonna go ahead and appoint Jeremy Brown as our assistant water superintendent so that. Well, I know we did this in October and that was initially why we crossed it off, but I feel like it'd be positive to get him on the same cycle as everybody else. So we'll just do it for the year.
When we did him in October, did we do a date that we need to change? Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
No,
Or
this
was it
would
through the
this would
only end?
supersede this.
okay. Mhm. I make a motion to appoint Jeremy Brown as our assistant water superintendent. Is it a 1 year term?
Yep,
For January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2026.
Well, second it.
all right, we have a first and a second. Any further questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? All right. The next one is accurate. Lori Landon as water billing clerk. She has agreed, she's retiring, but she has agreed to stay on through the end of March. So that date is accurate, and I'm wondering if that's what's throwing off some of the other dates. So we need a motion to appoint Lori.
I make a motion to appoint Lori Landon as the water billing clerk effective January 1st, 2026 through March 31st, 2026.
A second.
We have a first and a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. And we need to appoint Meredith as the water collections clerk. By law, we can't have the billing clerk and the collections clerk be the same person. They need to be a separation of duties. So that's why we have separate appointments.
I would make a motion to appoint Meredith Buff as the water collection clerk from January 1st, 2026 through March 31st, 2026. 28, I'm sorry, 2 years, 2 years.
It's not March either.
I'm sorry, December 31st, 2028. Picky.
A second.
All right, we have a first and a second to appoint Meredith, the water collections clerk. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Code enforcement. Need to appoint Jason as our code enforcement officer for 2026. Jason asked to be excused because he has a child in a hockey practice this evening in Corning, so I excused him.
I'll make a motion to appoint Jason Santiago as code enforcement officer from, just for the year.
Yep.
January 1st, 2026 to December 31st, 2026.
I'll second that.
We have a first and a second. Any further questions or comments? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Right?
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Now, we're gonna move on to the town clerk and tax collector's office. Once again, Lori has agreed to serve those 3 months as deputy clerk and tax collector. Yeah, shortly we'll be advertising for this position. As soon as we work out some technical snaps.
Yes.
Can you,
Snaps.
I'm curious, I was talking to someone the other day, how many hours is the, like, what's the rate? I mean, I know it's not his choice, but just in case we want to spread the word for it.
Well, we are, that's in flux right now
Okay.
because of changes, some other changes that have popped up. Do we have with our pay rate available?
We have what Lori asked for. And one of the emails, it, what Lori pay rate, what Diane's pay rate would be.
It's in the package.
Yeah, the pay rate, them, but that
But we have pay rate,
won't be, it might not necessarily be the new
Your new
person.
clerk
paid.
might not be, it
No,
can't be
yeah, the new-
above the budget, but it can always be lower than the
yeah, the
budget.
new clerk, we do have a pay rate that we had agreed upon or had suggested in, that the budget is based on, but,
I actually think you should wait before you just say any numbers and.
Yeah.
Let's find it, but is
How
there a
early-
certain number of
So
hours
she gets it figured out.
that the position is?
Just have requirements put together would be nice to have.
the, for the position that will be posted, it was initially going to be a part-time position because Lori was gonna stay on as the water
Oh,
clerk.
okay.
And since she has decided to fully
Retire,
retire,
retire.
we are exploring the option of recombining the positions to make it either a 30 or 40-hour position. So
There's
as
the
far as
potential, it might be a full-time position.
there is
like
a
advertised.
potential that it could be
Huh.
After
3/4
March.
to a full after March.
Interesting.
That's
Okay.
why I'm answering fully because
Mhm.
that has evolved since the budgeting last year.
Okay. Mhm.
However, Lori is going to be continuing on at the rate that she was at
Mhm.
prior to January 1st. And so her rate, I believe, is $24.89 an hour
All right.
for her position.
And I'd make a motion to appoint Lori Landon as the deputy clerk and tax collector from January 1st, 2026 through March 31st, 2026.
A second.
We have a first and a second to appoint Lori as deputy clerk and tax collector. Any other or additional questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Diane Carroll has for the last few years worked to assist with the tax collection for January and February. And she graciously has offered to assist with this yet again this year, which is great because it's gives an opportunity for Meredith to learn what's going on from a couple of experienced people. So they're going to appoint her for the January and February.
I make a motion to appoint Diane Carl as the second deputy clerk / tax collector from January 1st, 2026 through February 28th, 2026.
I'll second that too.
We have a first and second. Any further questions or comments? She's being appointed at $21 an hour.
That's not March, just because that's when the bulk of the work is just those first 2 months.
Yep. Yeah, the majority of the tax collection will come in those first 2 months.
Aye.
If there's no further questions, everybody in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? All right. Now we need to appoint Meredith as the registrar for vital statistics.
Okay, I will move to appoint Meredith Bump as a registrar of vital statistics.
Second motion. We don't have to
I
set a
don't have
date.
dates on that, but on a sheet, but
It'll be her term,
okay.
so which is January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2020.
Yeah.
This is a 3-year term.
Yep. If there's no additional questions, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Now, once again, we're gonna need to appoint her as the record management officer.
Make a motion to appoint Meredith Bump as the records management officer for the length of her term, January 1st, 2026 to December 31st, 2028.
I'll second.
We have a first and a second. Any further questions or comments? Hearing none. All in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? None. Wow. Now, the interesting thing, I know this was stated, but we don't have. We're supposed to resolve to do that rate for the court clerk. Okay. So the set the hourly pay for the court clerk. Jane has agreed to continue on as the court clerk at least through the end of the current judge's term, which I believe is the end of this year. And she said she will negotiate with him if he decides to run again. And we need to set her hourly pay as court clerk. The agreed upon amount that is budgeted for was $24 an hour.
So did you make the motion? I'll second it.
Sure, I make the motion that we appoint or set the hourly pay for the court clerk as $24 an hour.
3 seconds.
I second it.
Aye.
We have a first and second. Any additional questions or comments? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, motion carries. All right, now we're the supervisors. Contract. And I would like to make a motion that we authorize the supervisor to pay all payrolls, contracts, registrations, phone, electric utilities, insurance, and postage prior to audit as may be necessary in 2026. Everything, Mark, so you know, everything that we prepay will show up on a voucher at our regular meeting. However, certain bills sometimes, like we just listed, their due date is prior to the audit meeting, so we need to pay them to stay in good standing. So I just wanted to explain why we authorize certain things and not others. It's so that we can stay in good standing with these important bills.
I'll second your motion.
Okay, first and second. Any further questions or comments? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? All right, motion carries. Now, the appointment of attorney for the town. as many or all of you know, Rob Halpin, the long-term attorney for the town, was elected to the Scotty County Legislature. He is willing to continue in whatever capacity he can. I have met with him and expressed our desire to move forward with another legal firm. However, finding a municipal attorney isn't particularly easy. I actually have a meeting with a firm lined up for Wednesday. The other side of that is we do have a number of open projects that Rob is working on, and he's agreed to finish out the projects. One of the big ones being our attempted purchase of the Heidelberg property. So at this time, I would like to appoint Rob Halpin as the attorney for the town, until which time current projects that he's working on are completed. He is open to this, and he's also made it clear that he will cooperate in any way possible with any newly appointed attorney. I'm hoping that potentially by the meeting next Tuesday, I have a law firm that we could appoint to the board. And it is also legal to appoint more than one attorney for the town, so we can have multiple law firms.
Instead of you saying to the end of what he's done, can we just make it to the end of the year?
Sure. Absolutely.
And then I'll second.
Okay.
It'll just be cleaner and still,
Yeah,
like, oh, he wasn't done with us. End of the year, and then
yep,
we either reappoint or not reappoint.
that works for me.
He does, it's billable hours.
It's billable hours. He doesn't have a stipend, so if he's not working on anything, yeah, he's not on a retainer, so billable hours.
And we're gonna find a really hard time to find out how another one to
Yeah,
work for his same hourly rate.
was there discussion about the immediacy of getting back to us? Seemed like that was a bit of an issue last
Yeah.
year.
Yes. We have a limit, we have a couple of codes issues that he's in the process of working, finishing up. And we have the
Tall
Right.
cap structures.
well, there is that, but I think we're gonna move away from that. There's that issue, and then there's the property issue, and I think we're gonna move on to revisit tall structure and move on away from that in a new direction. We have a first and second. Are any further questions or comments?
I know we are currently working with another lawyer. Do we also need to? I mean, we have the lawyer who's helping us with our policies. Are we?
don't
we
need
need
to appoint them because we're contracting with them for a specific.
Just checking.
Yeah, no, that's a good
Yeah.
question. I
Two
think that's
firms we're working with right now.
that's very valid. The attorney for the town is a bit broader than what we've hired a
Mhm.
specialty firm for.
Okay.
And that firm also is handling any concerns we have with the unionization.
Oh, they're doing both.
They're doing both. And
What's the
Rob.
other? What's the other?
what's the other
They were helping us with our policy.
policy?
Okay.
The policies that we're updating since our
Okay.
state audit and then the
Got it.
unionization,
Okay,
which Rob recused himself from the union
okay.
question. So we would have had to find a temporary lawyer as well for that. But since that's a focused one, we're not appointing him as the attorney for the town and just working.
Just checking when you said we can have more than one. Seems like-
Yep.
Mark knows why we say attorney for the town and not attorney of the town.
Not town attorney.
Or, yeah. It's always gotta be attorney for the town,
Why is that, Mike?
because the other way is wrong, according to some lawyer.
And the town was sued for it. All right, we have a first and a second. Any further questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? All right, motion carries. We designate a monthly meeting time and place.
Make a motion to designate the second Tuesday of each month at 7 PM as the meeting time for the town audit meeting
And where?
at the town hall. I got
Second,
a choice. I'm gonna choose somewhere else.
We have a first and a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. all in favor of,
Aye.
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 Anybody question? Or anybody opposed, excuse me? All right, motion carries.
You want to get the parking lot?
Next, we need to
The Bahamas?
designate depository for the town funds. And I'll make the motion that we resolve to designate Chemung Canal Trust Company as depositor, town supervisor, town clerk, and tax collector, and town justice funds for 2024. I also further resolve, actually, for 2026. I further resolve to authorize the use of Chemung Canal Trust Company, Tompkins Trust Company, Community Bank, Watkins Glen, and the Bank of Castile for other investments and uses as may be necessary in 2026.
There's a second.
We have a first and a second. Any questions or comments?
And these are the ones we usually.
We have historically primarily used Chemung Canal. We use Tompkins Trust Company, which is / Bank of Castile, for our medical billing needs with the ambulance service. We keep them, we've been trying to keep them separate so that the people that have, there's lots of organizations that have access to that account. So we're keep it separate in a separate financial institution so that you don't have 30 people that have access to our primary accounts.
Yeah,
And then we also list community bank, because if something were to change, or if we needed to use somebody else locally, we could switch up.
they'd be in the hopper, it'd be,
Yep,
you wouldn't have to, a special meeting for it.
exactly. And
So,
they maintain, because we have more money than my understanding is, part of it is because we maintain more money than is insured. They have to provide proof of additionally insured finances. And one of the ways to do that is they go to neighboring banks and say, okay, we're holding this much money, can we help insure it? And so community bank is involved in that. But anyway, that's a brief explanation. We have a second. Okay,
Rebecca did, I think.
thank you, Rebecca. We haven't voted on.
that's why I continued with the discussion.
Any further questions or comments about the financial institutions?
No.
Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Anybody abstain? Motion carries. We have to designate an official paper for the town. This is a bit of an antiquated policy. It has to be a subscription, a newspaper that offers subscription. The only one we have in Schuyler County is the Watkins Review Express. So essentially we have to designate the Watkins Review and Express as our official
I second the
newspaper.
motion.
So it has, okay,
Okay. We have a first and a second.
it has to be Schuyler County.
It does have to be.
I thought we could,
We are also going to further.
say what?
You can't jump counties.
You can't.
We're gonna further authorize the use of highlights in the Seneca area shopper for additional notices. What we have historically done, Mark, I think everybody else is aware of this, is we use that as our primary, but a lot of people in town of Hector
Watch the highlights.
get the highlights delivered or the Seneca shopper delivered. So we use that for additional advertising in our efforts to reach out to as many residents. We all know that there's no one paper that covers everybody in the town of Hector, so we try for important notifications, we try to get the word out as best we can, so we use those two in addition.
Don't forget the hundreds of thousands of people who are watching this recording. You could subscribe to get extra emails from the town as well.
Good point. All right, we have a first and a second for designating the official papers for the town. If there are no further questions, all in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? Okay. Motion carries. We, for unknown. I am going to make this motion as well, I guess. I would like To ask that we resolve to allow the supervisor to sign all of the computer software support contracts for 2020, for January 1st, 2026 to 12/31/2026. For those of you on the board, you may remember that last year Jessica worked very hard to get all the contracts to run from January 1st to January 31st, instead of having them pop up different times throughout the year. So, we have one in-house. The town of Hector has not had any mail being delivered here the last few days because there has not been a mail failure in Burdette. So we don't have them all in-house, but we're gonna need to sign them, and they are all at the rate that was specified and budgeted for. So we're not, we're only authorized to pay through the amount that was budgeted for.
So we're gonna do this just once tonight, that's the idea?
Yep, that was the idea. And I wanted to explain why there was only the water bill and one, not
Yeah.
the other.
Water, oh,
So we should have, but.
Is the water and sewer email billing, is that just like a group combined?
Yep. Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
water-
it's one program. It's, no, we don't obviously have any sewer, but that's the way the program comes.
I'll make a motion to allow the supervisor to sign the Williamson Law Book support contracts for the town of Hector.
Second.
We have a first and a second.
Do we have a total on those? I mean, it'd be nice to see
No,
the totals on all
We
of
don't,
them.
not all contracts have not been delivered.
Could be a do not exceed. So we're referring to something, so you have.
I guess I just don't feel very comfortable voting something that where there's not a number in front. Are we able to wait until our meeting on the 13th or whatever? The regular.
Good.
It is.
Assuming that they're here, we do
I mean, I
have,
can abstain if other people aren't.
we do have the contract, we did have the contract amounts when we did the budgeting process.
Yeah,
I mean, if you had a ballpark or estimate, budgetary figure or something to that effect, I think.
the trouble is it's all
There.
scattered throughout, right? Every department has its own.
But if you look at whatever it was last year versus, you know.
It's like a-
Should be pretty close, I think
But they're scattered throughout the budget, for example.
That's not all in one line is what I'm saying, we're
Yeah.
saying. So you have to go through the budget and add each department thing that, yeah.
I'm okay with setting a do not exceed, whatever it may be, just. But I agree, there should be some. I mean, Justin's a good guy, they may want to make sure. Correctly.
No, I appreciate that, I totally understand.
I've seen worst case situations when similar to that. When they.
Well, we can wait until we get a total.
Yeah.
I'm not against that, we can just table the motion.
I'm not, again, I'm not the dollar figure, it doesn't have to be the dollar figure, it just.
Yeah, but I don't wanna make it
Cover
and not have everything right.
Yep.
I'd rather wait. If
I'd
we're just
rather
gonna put a
wait.
number, if you're doing on the guess at the number, you might as well wait for the real number and put it in as do it once.
All right,
They'll just have to keep supporting us until.
we're gonna table this. Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, if we signed it today, they wouldn't see it till next week probably anyway, so. All right,
As long as members put it on the agenda for 13.
well, we'll be working on the agenda together, so. It'll require both. The annual financial audit meeting. Set a date and time. Theoretically, it's supposed to be done by the end of January. Reality, we never do it by the end of January because we don't typically have the books closed for the previous year by the end of January. So I would suggest we pick sometime in February, mid-February would be ideal.
February 14th.
That's a Saturday, but we typically, this is where the state requires that we go through
It's in the middle.
organization.
you did.
Within the clerk's office. There's a set of standardized questions provided by the state. We review it as a board. The clerk will be here, the water department, the judge. The supervisor will go through the books and say, okay, you know,
We do.
we wanna make sure that,
New year.
everything's above board.
yeah.
That's
board.
right.
I mean, do we use checks and numbers? Do we you know, is there a record of people? keeping
There's
the
two
record?
calendars hanging here right now.
It's not a very exciting one, and it take like 3 hours, 4 hours, and we typically do it in daytime.
I'm just gonna throw it out there that I think that I will not be here after the 17th. So if we can do it before that, availability is good.
How long will we be gone?
Pretty sure it's the 27th. So the second half of the month. I mean, I can miss it, but that would be a big burden for me to miss it. I could. But if you want me to be here, it'll be before that,
It kind of brings up a question that I have, that Justin and I talked a little bit about a few months ago, was the ability to Zoom in attend. Not that you want to do that, I don't know what your time was off, but the Zoom meeting have the same capabilities if you are here, as long as you.
We need to revisit what the latest.
I'm just saying that may be a situation where that might.
I would not attend where I'm going to be. But in the past, that would have been helpful.
It would be an option, not.
We need to, which we can reach out to the Association of Towns and get the latest and greatest from the state. As my understanding is, we have to pass a local law to authorize that, which isn't that big of a deal.
I mean, if you want to do Zoom at this point, the only piece would be.
But for people to vote over
Oh,
Zoom.
and I don't believe you can vote.
They changed it.
Based on what I've got from the state that I was able to research, you have the ability, as long as there's no bylaws, to specify something different.
Okay.
If we have bylaws, then we have to follow bylaws. We don't have bylaws,
We don't have
we
bylaws.
fall back to the state.
So then.
And I've got that, I sent it to Jane a couple months ago, because we'd had a discussion about that. And I'll pull it out, I'll pull it out and send it to you.
I would appreciate
And
that.
again, it's off the internet, so I'm not saying it's official state, we'd have to be cautious of.
Well, we would reach out, I'll take that, and then we can reach out to the Association of Towns, their legal department, and ask.
Yeah, because that's.
Also ask at the training. When you guys go to the new board member.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's an excellent.
Member training, that's a good question to ask.
Yeah, I just think there's gonna be something that comes up for somebody that you're capable of attending, but you're not physically able to attend.
Mhm.
And I know a lot of people work from home during COVID, and that was basically the same situation.
They had a separate set of laws.
Yeah, they did.
But you know what we can do also, I can still reach out to the Association of Towns, because they'll give us their legal finding, and it'll be in writing. For that, the nice thing about that is they email it back, they cite their sources, and then if anybody questions it, we have legal precedent based on our decision on how we're acting.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Is the February 4th, 5th, or 6th, is that too fast?
Oh, wait a minute, now this one, the one, we had it last year in March.
Yeah, we had it in March, we could push it to
I
March.
mean, it's better to wait till March if it,
Oh,
early in February might be as bad as
February, I mean, early February, I would like to believe it will be all the stuff.
Oh, I don't know why we had that last year in March, but it wasn't until the 27th on mine.
Oh, wow.
So we got it done, but not till then. I don't exactly, but certainly don't remember why, but. So, yeah.
Well, that's an option. Yes, it is.
No one has ever come in the 8 years I've been on the board, but it is open to the public.
I'm not retired.
All meetings that are scheduled are with the full board are all open to the
Yeah.
public.
Yeah.
We're not committed to have a meeting that's in quorum except for some very specific legal.
So where do you go?
Legal precedents, otherwise
Okay.
we have to be open to public.
I'm hoping to leave this 17th or 18th.
Right. But then
How about March 12th?
March 12th.
At
Yeah.
2 p.m.
No, it's gonna be a Scott County plan. Oh, 2 p.m. we can do it as long as we're done.
works for me.
All right, March 12th, 2 p.m. How's that work for you, Mark?
12.
I haven't even looked, I'm just.
March 12th is open right now.
Okay, 2 o'clock, okay.
But
You said it's about four, usually the whole day.
If we do 2 p.m., probably, yeah, by 5,
Usually 3 hours.
yeah.
We don't need a motion for that, right?
No, no,
But it will go on the calendar to be advertised, huh?
yes, well. All right, the next thing. Um. Is the Association of Towns annual meeting. The 2026 Town School and Annual Meeting, of New York Association of Towns, to be held at New York Marriott Marquis, February 15th through 17th, 2026. We attended this in the past, but we do not tend to attend this on an annual basis. In fact, we did not budget for it in the 2026 budget because it is an expensive event for us to attend. And honestly, Mark, I think you gain a lot from it, but I think you gain a lot more from it if we planned it next year. Once you have a year in office, I think we did that. We specifically did that with these two when they came onto the board, gave them a year experience knowing what's going on because there's a lot of stuff they turn out to. So, but the package is in there. If you have further questions or comments, we can always discuss it further. Thing actually, Meredith. James never gone with us, but when we go, I think next year you'd probably benefit a lot because they have a dedicated clerk track that you could probably benefit. But once again, I think you maybe benefit more after you had sort of the ground of what you were doing in place.
And you guys are both going to the Association of the Towns local one in Corning?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like just that one is a good start. And then
You,
Yeah.
it's weird, that kind of weird, that. So that Monday.
oh, you're not in a, you're not,
No.
okay, but market.
Yes.
You've been one-on-one trained by a pretty knowledgeable person, so it's probably fine. But Mark, you just have us.
I'm willing to go. The only stipulation I have is, I got a surgery in the 8th, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna be up and bouncing around, but.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, they make you walk out of the hospital. You gotta walk.
But he won't have his ability to drive that.
No.
Stairs, whole works.
Perfect.
That's the benefit of being the youngest in the family, and everybody else is retired.
Well,
Well, that's why you gotta get both these done, yeah, you guys, hey.
All those years of begging.
the last thing on the agenda is committee assignments. I wanted to throw this wide open and see where people were. And let people pursue specific interests. Keep in mind, we can only have 3 of us on any
Committee at one time.
any committee at one time because of open meeting laws.
I would like to, I have enjoyed my work on the personnel and the highway committee, and I would be glad to serve on those 2 again.
Yeah, I'd like to stick with what I have as well, communications, finance.
Communications and finance.
I'd be interested in the highway portion if you guys feel that that's acceptable to you.
I would like to see, Liz, any chance in the world I could talk you off the highway into the park?
Maybe that's.
No.
I figured I'd probably be picking up part of the park anyway, so just.
Mark sounds really interested in the park. I have so much experience on the highway committee.
We get that family, we got family. Ties to the park too.
All right, Mark, at least short term, let's put you on park.
The other reason I was saying the highway, because I've dealt with the Teamsters, my previous job.
That You know what, what isn't,
I would
one,
think Mike would be a good person to be on the park committee too, with your
I mean, I
experience
don't have objection either way.
in the park.
what I'm going
I
You
can
have-
retire from every committee.
You
one
have,
thing that we will be talking about is once we get to the point where we are
In
going to
negotiations.
start negotiating, we'll have a separate negotiations committee.
Okay.
And with you having experience with that, I would put you right in there as part of that.
That's fine. Any way I can help that situation out, so I'm familiar with the dealings with.
Actually, I can be on any committee you guys want me to be on.
You don't have to work on any committees. I don't want any committees.
Anybody wanna take Jess's spot on the communications?
I'd be willing to if nobody else.
That's not me.
The communication, the nice thing about that doesn't meet as often as some of the others.
I would be willing to do that if nobody else is itching to be on the communication.
All right. As it stands right now, we have personnel, which is myself, Janine, Rebecca, and Liz. Finance committee has been myself, Mike, Anthony, and
Kathy?
Kathy. Highway is been myself, Liz, Mike, Scott. Public safety, which is another meeting that doesn't, or another group that doesn't meet often, it's myself, Jason, Mike, and Liz, and the safety officer. I have to double check who that is. Communications is myself. It won't be Jane anymore, it'll be Meredith. Anthony, now Liz, dumpster day. Who wants to get
Everybody.
involved in that?
Everybody's
oh, I
involved.
thought that's
Dumpster day.
everybody.
Well,
We can't have it officially.
We've had a
Oh,
sort of a committee that helps scheduling and make sure everything is.
But we never actually met. I mean,
Jane did it all, but Meredith might need some help.
Yeah, Meredith's probably gonna need some
we
guidance.
always just sort of arranged it at our audit meetings. I mean, that committee never met. We did technically have one, but we never had a meeting.
I can be on, I think there's, especially, there's gonna be changes, and I think for the voice, actually say, like, we can't have the heavy equipment leaving at noon, that was like dangerous. You know, I don't have it.
Okay, well, we'll be revisiting that in the coming months.
You think
Park.
it should come later and stay till the end versus be there.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay for it, start to finish, it's like those dumpsters are 10, they're 8 feet high.
But if we're not gonna pay start to finish, it should be later versus early,
Yeah,
you know.
yes. Park would be myself. Mark. Rebecca,
Is this Park or is it back to?
like. Smith,
it's
It is
park and
Miss Park.
cemeteries.
Park and Cemeteries technically, and we have had a separate meeting with Matt. Same group.
Cause I've been meeting with them.
Okay, cool. Because they have that independent committee, we've been meeting with them once a month, separate from the Smith Park, because Smith Park is just town employees. And that has the Friends of organization. So that's great if you're already in meeting with them. Perfect. Water Advisory Board, which has been kind of absent, which I'm hoping we can get fired back up this year. And that's been myself, Josh, Jeremy, Rebecca, because she's the only other town board member that lives in the water district. Ben Dickens was still active in that. There's a representative from the village of Burdette. And then their members of the Water Advisory Board needs to appoint. And why Water Advisory Board theoretically is a independent entity that advises the water district. In the past, when it was more active, water board sat in and met with, when we did the water meter project, with all the representatives from the water meter companies to see their demos and do what was best, and we're worked as a group to recommend to the town board what was you might have, from your purchasing background, you might actually find that beneficial, or we might find that beneficial as we move forward with some new water projects. So you might hold on to that too if you're open to that.
Yeah.
And that's the one that other month. But that is, I don't know what your, schedule's like.
It's up to my wife, it's more camping and traveling. That's why the video conference, this is a question for me too. I wanna make sure that I still attend all the duties and, but I still, you know,
Need to be able to travel
life
some.
after Hector, so.
Yep. What I will do is I will clean this up and bring a copy back to the meeting next week with the updates appropriately. And I'll get it to you and we'll just do it to everybody.
Justin, I'm sorry, can I throw in from, if we're to miscellaneous correspondence, can I throw in this email for George France?
Yes, please. But I had one also. We just got an invitation. This is for all the board members for the Mecklenburg Volunteer annual banquet and installation of officers. It is this Saturday, January 10th. We're gonna need to RSVP to that ward as soon as possible. Obviously, since it wasn't mailed until the 31st, it said no later than January 1st. I reached out to the fire chief today and said that if somebody is interested in going, you can let him know tomorrow.
I will not be available.
Okay, I'm not available, unfortunately.
I have a choice.
No, nobody has to attend. They always invite and normally try to get somebody.
I go on, it's usually fun, but I
Yeah.
know a lot of people in Mecklenburg because I'm in that district, but this year I'm gonna be busy, so I'm not gonna make it
That's-
either. so.
I go, I try to make as many of these as I can, but this year I have an obligation, so. And I wanted to make sure everybody knew they were invited.
What's the date again?
Yeah.
It's Saturday,
It's
the 10th.
Saturday.
That was on, I think our packet on.
That was for that.
That was for that.
The 30th December.
That was
the
Oh,
That
This
was,
is Mecklenburg.
this is Mecklenburg.
okay,
And it's-
straight.
Yeah. We
Mecklenburg
literally got
was
this in the mail.
Like the first weekend and.
It was mailed on the 31st of December and
Okay,
timing is tight.
yeah.
All right,
I received it, Justin and I both received an email from George France, the professor at Cornell, who had started with our comprehensive plan. And he said, hi, I hope all is well with you in the town of Hector. I had a very busy fall semester, but I've not forgotten about the comprehensive plan for Hector. I have a team of workshop students available if you and the town board would like to pick up the project again this coming semester. My preliminary thoughts would be to do an updated survey, review of the draft plan submitted to us last June with the town board, a public forum for residents to give their input, and preparing a revised draft plan. Is this something the town board would be interested in pursuing? Best regards, George. So, I mean, my personal inclination is yes, but it's obviously a board decision, so I thought
I think it's good too. I mean, it's good for the students and it's good for the town.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm a yes, but like some of the stuff didn't make any sense, like having it be the emphasis on a walking community. It's like 100 square miles. I think there's some real holes in the game.
Mhm.
So, yes, but like they need some more guidance.
well, I mean,
It's also a draft.
that's a part of what you even said there, is refining the draft.
I get it.
So I think the other thing that's important is a
A
survey,
too.
Mhm.
which we had just touched on last year, but a survey is super important
Right.
that we can get finalized, and mailed out to the town residents.
So I guess my question is, should I respond, that yes, we are, and should I be the contact? Justin, you want to be the contact? Somebody else want to be the point of contact for the class? So two questions, should I say that we're interested? And it seems like we might be, and then who wants to be the point of contact?
I can be the point of contact. I can email them and say, yes, we'd like to move forward. And I think it's important to say that we're interested in working on and revising the proposed plan, expressing interest in the survey. And potentially, I don't know how we have it all ready for a public meeting. I think the time frame for that is too narrow.
Right. But but we could tell them
Yeah.
that we need this much notice before we have a public hearing, so.
Just because,
Like,
May's gonna have
he needs to
add-
tell us when his end of semester stuff is, and we need to tell him how many days we need notice for any kind of public hearing.
Yep.
Mhm.
And I think it's important that the audit meeting does not become a takeover of the meanderings of everything we can do in a comprehensive plan.
Yep.
I think that was That kind of set things off the track. But I'm a yes, you know, he's got good intention and experience.
I wonder too if we could dig up the plan, the email from June and just send it around again, so it's at the top of people's inbox.
That's,
And he says that he emailed it in June, which is helpful because makes it easier to search an email when you know. I would make a motion to adjourn. We've talked about that topic.
One general question.
yes,
General
As you walk in the front door out here, the soffit was all pulled down. There isn't somebody working on something there.
I saw that too, yeah.
Is it
that soffit has been gone for an extended period of time. And it's one of these awkward situations that the town does not have a grounds and maintenance person that fixes things like that.
Because it's more than soffit. That's right.
Yes.
It needs some, it could use some patching right now to get through the winter months, but in the spring, it needs some tender over care. But my concern is the first thing you see when you walk in the front door is that soffit laying on the ground, wires hanging out up above.
Mark, are you volunteering to come and take a look at it?
It screams Hector to me. I don't know.
I'm just saying, I'm not, I can do a lot of this stuff myself, you know, at home, but whether or not it looks as good as it should at the end of the day.
Alright,
But I'm just saying, the impression that the general public that does show up for the meetings, that's the first thing they see, that they utilize this work services. And I was just kind of curious if there was somebody working it, because it looks like somebody may have taken something down or found out.
I think at some point in time that was moved with something with the wire in there, but it's been like.
But it's just the impression, I guess that's my thing is when I walk in there, it just, that people mind, I just see,
We can,
it's just.
I look at that and feel negative about that on a regular basis. We have an individual that one of the things in personnel, we have somebody that we have some projects that I had talked about, one of our we appointed a labor or building maintenance.
So there is some.
There is some movement, and I maybe we can talk about that
I just,
next meeting, but I think, I 100% think we need to get that fixed, and then we need to fix it properly.
if we, I'm just concerned you're gonna have squirrels in there, before you're done. And then it'll start causing issues in here. Marathons need to walk into the squirrel in their office, so.
No, I think that's a.
No, it's like the door, walk out and leave for the living.
I appreciate you bringing that up.
No,
That's a concern.
Just something I wanted to see if there was something going on, because it is pretty rough shape. You look up inside, but it's rotted quite a bit. It's gonna have some major tear back and replacement. You get it back to where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Second, that was as much.
All right.
There it is, made it.
Aaron, it's good
well
job.
done.
And put it back in this book.